Festival of the Lost is here, and it's brought with it two great new weapons. We've already done the Gunburn video, so today let's talk about the new Strand Bow, Hushed Whisper. As a bow enjoyer, it's always exciting when a new one drops, and Hushed Whisper is the exact Strand Bow I've been waiting for. While I think there's a lot of great perks and different combos you could use on it, the standout selection for me is absolutely Tear and Hatchling. These perks combine for the ultimate strand synergy, severing groups of enemies to reduce the damage they deal, while also spawning threadlings to clear them out. While the combo of Sever and Threadlings is great on its own, pairing it with Swarmers, those Threadlings also unravel any targets they damage, and Tangled Web can cause suspending bursts when creating a tangle from a debuffed target. This means that by landing a single headshot, you can sever a whole crowd, spawn multiple Threadlings, unravel targets when they deal damage, and cause a suspending burst from any debuffed target. When this build gets rolling, it's an absolute torrent of Strand, with Threadlings and unraveling rounds going everywhere, alongside a constant cycle of severing and suspending bursts. With the right aspects, fragments, and artifact mods, it culminates into one of the most destructive Strand-heavy builds I've ever used. So let's go over the specifics so you can see exactly what I was working with. For the aspects, I went with Weaver's Call to up the amount of Threadlings I could summon, as well as the Wanderer to add in more suspensions when I destroyed Tangles. The Wanderer also creates Tangles off of Threadling kills, which is a great addition, but since defeating unraveled or severed targets also creates Tangles, this just ensures that every part of the kit can create one. For fragments, Thread of Evolution is a must-have, upping your Threadling damage by 33%. Thread of Warding adds Woven Mail when you pick up an orb, which is perfect paired with Thread of Wisdom to generate orbs from suspended targets. Thread of Mind was my final pick to up my Rift regeneration from the suspensions, and so I could spawn those 3 extra Threadlings every time I cast one. For the artifact mod, Tangled Web is my top choice to cause suspensions when generating tangles from debuffed targets. As I mentioned, with the mass amount of debuffs going all over the place, every enemy you kill will fall under this category, and every tangle you spawn will proc this. Threaded Blast increases the size and damage of tangles when you break them with Hushed Whisper, and Pack Tactics is also incredible as it not only increases the damage of your Threadlings, but it stuns unstops as well. It only takes 2 Threadlings to activate this buff, and with the sheer number of them going all over the place, this will always be active. Threadling Proliferation gives you the chance to spawn an extra Threadling when you deal strand weapon damage, so from a single headshot you can spawn up to 3 Threadlings at once. I also went with Argent Quiver and Semi-Auto Striker to net Hushed Whisper that extra 33% damage, and Tightly Woven to help out with my stats. For my heavy, I went with a Chill Clip Submersion for barriers and overloads, with Buried Bloodline as my special for unstops and to add Devour into the mix. With the survivability taken care of, I ran an Empowering Rift to stack the damage boost with Argent Quiver, which as you can see here nets Hushed Whisper a 61% total increase in damage. With Thread of Mind, Tightly Woven, and an Insulation mod, I was able to get rifts back extremely quickly to get those extra Threadlings out and to pop easy headshots. For my armor set, I went with Collective Psyche to up the length of all the debuffs going out, which was amazing, but if you don't have a set, my second recommendation would be Bushido to get you some extra damage resistance, or even Last Discipline for some extra ammo for Buried Bloodline. For my stats, my main focus was getting my class and grenade up to that 100 range for maximum regen, and after that I got my weapons as high as I could. This part's pretty flexible, so I'd say maneuver your stats however you'd like, so long as you have at least 100 weapons you'll be good. For the game plan, you'll want to start off by activating Devour with Buried Bloodline, then dropping your Empowering Rift to send out your first Threadlings, and start popping heads with Hushed Whisper. As your Threadlings deal damage, they'll unravel enemies to start chipping away at the crowd, and if they net a kill, they'll generate a tangle causing a suspending burst. Whenever the suspension ends, break any tangles you have to cause another one so you can CC, regen your Rift, and make orbs. Once that's rolling, you'll be in the groove, and you just gotta worry about getting as many precision kills as you can to crank out Threadlings, sever the crowd, and generate orbs to maintain Argent Quiver. With the Threadlings, tangles, suspensions, and unraveling projectiles flying everywhere, this build clears a crowd like nothing else. Every single one of those kills will also heal you from Devour, while it generates a massive amount of orbs to keep you in Woven Mail for top-notch defense and absolutely ballistic offense. Strand's probably my personal favorite subclass, and I've been waiting for this perk combo on a bow so I could see if it was as juiced up as I thought it would be, but it far and away exceeded my expectations. I feel like I keep saying this, but this build is hands down one of my favorites this season, and it might be my favorite Strand build I've ever run. Everything synergizes perfectly together, from the armor set and artifact mods to aspects and fragments and abilities and weapons, but it all rests on the shoulders of Hushed Whisper, which will absolutely be going down as one of my favorite legendary bows in the entire game. I can't recommend a weapon or a build higher, and I'm really looking forward to commanding my army of threadlings more throughout the season. There's a dim link for the build down below, and if you give it a shot, I hope you enjoy Hushed Whisper and this build as much as I have. I also just want to mention quickly that I'm going to be streaming on Twitch every Wednesday to Sunday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be over at twitch.tv/callmekimbo_. I'll be playing a bunch of Arc Raiders once it releases later this week on the 30th, so if you're interested, I'd love it if you stopped by. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel to keep an eye out for more videos soon, and let me know in the comments what you think of Hushed Whisper.